Hey guys, it's Jim from Decades Reclaim. Part 2 of my shop video showing you around. This is the counter area. It's where the customers come to pay for their purchases. See some signs and stuff up there. Most of that's mine. Kind of into signs. Back here is just a storage area. Mainly my junk. A lot of back stock in here. Things that need to be cleaned. All my tools and stuff are in here too. So, yeah. So this channel is about vintage. This is vintage. This shop is a vintage shop. We're on an 80-20 split, so you can have 80% vintage and then 20% not vintage. We do count like painted furniture there as vintage, even though it's upcyclled. This is vendor number 1. She does a lot of painted stuff, a lot of upcycled, takes old wood, makes signs out of it. Got some cool stuff. She has a unique palette as far as her colors are concerned. And she does really well with her stuff. She sells a lot of jewelry, handmade jewelry. These scrapple tiles do well for her. Slide around here. This is vendor 33. She has some really nice furniture. She has a second space. I took you in her space on the first video, one of her other ones. So she does have 2 spaces here. This is an open space. We don't have these too often, but we have a vendor coming in. We do have people that move out. Some are not successful, and we have others that will take their place. Okay, here we go. This is vendor 37. This is the second section of vendor 37. They have 2 of them. You'll see another section in a different video. But they have some really cool stuff. This is like a his or her. This is the her side of vendor 37, and the his side will be in a different video. Vendor 5, she's been with me for a very long time. She came with me, came over to this shop from a different shop that I managed. She does well. She has a different style. She's a little bit eclectic. The name of her space is the Cluttered Attic. Kind of represents definitely what she has in her space, and probably in her attic too. You could check her out on Facebook too if you'd like. Just let her know you saw the video. That's the Cluttered Attic. Now we're moving over here. This is another his and her space. This is my girlfriend's space. It's a little bit bare in the back. I know I'll critique mine. We have lots of smalls. We do well on smalls, and occasionally we sell a piece like this, the furniture there. But a lot of smalls. It's just gone through a renovation. We used it in Christmas time. We cleared a lot of the space out, and some of the stuff hasn't gone back in here, like stuff on that back wall there. But again, this is second his or her space. This is Whiskey Woodshed. You can check him out on Facebook. He's got his own Facebook following. He does some extremely cool stuff. I'm going to step in here. I don't know how the light's going to react to this, or the camera actually. That's a skateboard with the trucks turned into lights. Really neat. Gas tank lamp. Some hanging lamps, you know, made out of bun pans, mason jar lamps. Those have been around for a while. This one's really cool. This is like a desk lamp made from a valve cover. Some definitely cool stuff. Over here we have that's off a Ford tractor right there. It's the fan housing now. He didn't mount the fan. The fan came like that. He just mounted the light on it. Okay. So there's really cool stuff. Whiskey Woodshed. It's his name, and he does have a second space. And he just took over, so you'll see that in a different video. A second Whiskey Woodshed. Tricycle turned into a little coffee table there. Absolutely cool. Alright, this is completing the his or her. This is my booth. You saw my girlfriend's earlier. I told you in a different video, or maybe in this video, that I'm into signs. Road signs, all sorts of signs. The signs that you see in the back Those are repop for the most part. Repop meaning reproductions. Reproductions of originals, or what they would consider their version of the original. There was probably never a shell sign like that one in the center of the picture made it exactly like that. I hope you guys can hear me okay. I know the fans in the background. We are in Florida, and yes, it is February, but it is still hot. It's supposed to be over 80 degrees today, so we do have to run the fans. Okay, vendor 8. He's been with me a long time. His booth is a little bit thin. He has sold a lot of stuff recently. He does well on furniture, oddball pieces. He's a craftsman, so some of the stuff he makes himself. But yeah, he's been with me for a long time. Hey, look, somebody didn't turn on his light in this shining cap, but I think it can do that. Oops. There we go. All right, so moving on. Vendor 19. Now she is mainly furniture. Black Swan Vintage is the name of her booth. You can check that out on Facebook. I do like this sign. You guys, check this out. So she has some cool stuff. Painted furniture. She does well. That's a beautiful mid-century modern dresser right there. Awesome piece. She does have some stuff that isn't quite vintage, but just a really cool space. I'm going to slide over here. This one is not vintage. This is our Southern Grace area. They sell the sprinkles, the pink zebra sprinkles, warmers, and they have their t-shirt line that they carry. They came in probably a year and a half ago, maybe a year. They had the big space right out here, and they were their own entity, and then things changed for them and they just moved into that little space. But yeah, they don't fit our model, but we are happy to have them here. Vendor 30. This is their space. Very cool space. Their stuff is a little high-end. They have very nice stuff, and theirs is eclectic. All sorts of different stuff you'll see in here. I like these shot glasses here. I know somebody came in the shop recently and was asking about shot glasses. I can't believe they didn't see that whole line of them. And we have such a big space, 8,100 square feet. It's hard to remember, or it's hard to see everything in here, even from my perspective when I'm in here quite a bit. All right, well, that's going to be the end of my second video. I appreciate you guys watching it. If you want to throw a comment, go ahead. If you want to give me a thumbs up, appreciate that. If you want to follow my channel, I'd appreciate that too. Let me know what I need to do. Let me know what you want to see, and we'll go from there. I'm going to do another video for part 3 of the shop. It'll probably take 4. So this is part 2, but we'll see what part 3 looks like. Have a great day.